Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 BMW X7.
And a big thanks to Julian at BMW of Tampa for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium or performance vehicle in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Julian.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the X7 has been BMW's full-size luxury SUV since 2019. Facelifted last year for 2023, featuring a revised front end with split LED headlamps, a curved wide screen for the touchscreen and a gauge display, as well as a new mild hybrid system, now cranking this B58 inline 6-cylinder turbo to 375 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque for the Xdrive 40i that we have here. There's also a $109,000 M60, which was previously called the M50, which features that same 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, which cranks out 523 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque. But here we have the Xdrive 40i with a base price of $82,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, you notice the same bold styling we had for 2023. Not a whole lot has changed. This is basically a base Xdrive 40i. Not a whole lot of options. We still get the LED headlamps, daytime runners right up top, and we have those twin projectors for the LED headlamps. We have functional airflow in the corners to help out with the aerodynamics, and also functional airflow down below, which leads directly to the intercooler. Hopefully I can pick it up for you guys on camera. The bottom part of the intercooler has active shutters. The radiator also has active shutters. We have a forward-facing camera, full front parking sensing, and a panel housing the radar cruise control. We have BMW badge right up top. The wheel and tire setup, pretty impressive for a relatively base Xdrive 40i. We get these beefy 21-inch rims wrapped in Bridgestone Alenza Sport all-season tires, dimensions being 285/45 R21. So these wide 285 wide tires, the square setup should be more than enough to get the power sent to the ground. We get a 4-piston brake caliper right up front, single piston out rear, but that 4-piston up front should do a great job slowing us down. Additional sensor for the side sensing, helping us out at 360. Additional camera also helping us out at 360. I like the body color trim for the wheel well cutouts. A little bit of shiny chrome for the bottom portion. I kind of wish they made it aluminum, just like that same aluminum trim for the window trim and roof rails. I wish that trim continued down below. As we step closer to this vehicle, it automatically unlocks. If you get like 10-15 feet away, it'll automatically lock right back up. We get smart access for all 4 doors. You can get a quick look at the window sticker. It might be tough to see. We'll take a step inside. There's another sticker which we'll check out in more detail, but you guys can pause, take a look. $81,000 base price, $900 the parking assistance package, $600 for the trailer hitch, $180 for the refrigerant, $40 for the trailer hitch plug, $320 for the floor mats, $1,000 for the destination. Totals is out a tick under $85,000. But the fuel economy is excellent, considering this is an SUV that can get to 60 around 5 seconds, maybe quicker if you launch the absolute crap out of it, and we're averaging over 22 mpgs with this all-new mild hybrid system. Out rear, as we mentioned, same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller single piston brake caliper, but we still get the 285/45 R21 Bridgestone Alenza Sport all-season tires. Out rear, we have an additional side sensor for the 360, full rear parking sensing, updated taillights with a nice design in the corner. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. X7 badge, shout out BMW of Tampa for helping make this review possible. Xdrive 40i in the corner, trailer hitch as we mentioned, dual exhaust tips. And speaking of these dual exhaust tips, let's fire up this updated B58 3-liter inline 6-cylinder turbo and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 3-liter B58 inline 6-cylinder turbo sold by BMW for the 2024 X7 with this updated mild hybrid system. It's still a 48-volt mild hybrid system, but now cranking out a combined 375 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque. Enough to get this 5,400-pound all-wheel drive full-size 3-row SUV to 60 in 5 seconds, maybe quicker. So almost certainly an underrated power plant. It's more realistic now with these power figures compared to 332 horsepower, 330-ish pound-feet of torque. So a little bit more realistic now, but realistically we're still pushing around like 420 horsepower. What you see is basically what we get. We have 4 sets of strut tower braces, additional 2 in front of the radiator. The shutters are currently closed, so you can't see them, but you can take my word for it that they are there. But again, what you see is what we get. We have the hydraulic struts, which are appreciated but expected at this price point. We can shut the hood right up, walk around this 2024 X7 one more time, and then take a step inside and see what we get for a basically base 2024 X7 Xdrive 40i. And at this price point, this is probably how I would spec it out, but we'll get there in a little bit. Up top, we get leather stitch trim in the center, and gushy soft leather stitch trim for the armrest. Down below, it's still soft padded material. It's not lined and felt, but the whole material is soft. You're easily fitting a foot long, maybe stack two on top of each other. You'll easily fit a big gulp. Make sure the lid is tightly closed because very sideways. A little bit of storage down below, 4-window auto on touch, power folding mirrors, 4-way adjustable, trunk release, and all these buttons and switches, door handles, all aluminum. You can adjust the seats out rear with a click of a button. 2-person memory seats. You can shut off the passenger's massage seat function as well. Taking a step inside, we have the aluminum BMW nameplate as we step in. Quilted, perforated, and heated black Sensafin seats. They're really comfortable. They're not the genuine leather, but you could have fooled me. It still looks, feels, and smells just like the real thing. Fully adjustable seats too. Their massage function. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide. 4-way lumbar control, adjustable bolsters, and adjustable thigh support. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start stop, and everything fires right to life. But first thing we notice is a steering wheel. It's not the M wheel, but it's still pretty thick with solid 10-2 bolstering notches. 9.3 fits great in your hands. The horn area is also stitched. The horn itself, loud and aggressive. People should definitely be getting out of your way. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. On the X7, we do get dual panes in the X7 as a standard feature, unlike the 2024 X5, already reviewed in this channel. On the left side, radar cruise control, volume and skip. You can hang up and answer your phone calls, voice commands, and adjust this infotainment with a click of a button. So here we can adjust the content. Right now we're looking at digital speedo. Beneath that, we have our value sensor last refuel, route preview, map, G-meter. Takes a second to load up, but once it loads up, you can get a clear display of it. And the final screen is the media and radio. My personal favorite would be to look at the map at all times, and next to it we have the overall layout. We got this power indicator and a digital speedo that goes to about 160 miles an hour. Up top we have a true tach that goes to about 65, 6600. Same speedo and the same map in the middle. The bottom screen is personally my least favorite. It just gives you a digital speedo in the center, it takes away all the tach. My personal favorite would be this first one that gives you both the speedo and the tach with a map right in the middle. We get aluminum paddle shifters. They feel extremely premium. The stocks have a great, satisfying click, auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers. To the left of the steering wheel, we have our interior brightness, lighting controls. You can turn everything on or off, power tilt and telescoping steering wheel, aluminum trim surrounding your piano black air vents, and some wood trim running all throughout the center of this interior. Hopefully I can pick it up for you guys on camera. The pedals, hopefully you guys can pick them up. They're not aluminumly outlined. Hood latch release. The dashboard is all leather stitch trim, Sensafin stitch trim. Hopefully you can pick up that heads up display too. Very large BMW 15-inch display. We also have the 14.9-inch touchscreen, 12.3-inch digital gauge display. Speaking of the touchscreen, let's check it out. So of course we get the iDrive 8. Love it or hate it, everything is controlled through the touchscreen. So as far as the map, let's take a quick look. Great resolution, the response is fantastic. Definitely can't complain it. As far as the screen, we'll take this off so I don't just keep hitting it. Hopefully I can do it without ripping it. Historically, I've ripped them every single time, but let's see what we got. There we go. Didn't really rip it. Cool. But continue along, instead of this map, we can also see our home screen with FM radio, telephone, personal assistant, traffic en route, my BMW, route preview, and you can add widgets to your liking. Apps, let's see what we got. All of these, you guys can pause, take a look at all the apps we have available for the X7. Infotainment apps are separated: Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, FM, telephone, navigation, AM, messages, all available through that screen. And you can see all the apps right over here. My personal favorite to look at all times would be the map, so we'll leave it here. The climate menu, as you see down below, you have individual controls for the automatic climate control, but if you don't like using auto climate and you want to adjust the vent speed separately, you have to actually go through the touchscreen. We get heated front seats and a heated steering wheel, but unfortunately for this price point, around 85,000 bucks, ventilated seats should also be standard. You press that climate menu one more time, we return to the previous screen. We mentioned the wood trim, aluminum beneath that, some faux carbon around the air vents. The air comes out from the top and the bottom from this faux carbon trim, which actually says X7 on the passenger side. We have hard buttons for the volume and skip controls, hazards in the center, defrosters on the right side. We can shut this cubby up, exposes some more wood trim. You can open it right back up with the click of a button. Wireless charging pad, my BMW digital key, USB-A port, and 2 cup holders. You should be able to fit 24-ounce bottles. 12-volt good spot for a radar detector. The materials that your knee will often hit are all leather stitch trim with some felt for the bottom portion. The buttons in the center stack include traction control you can disable, same thing with the parking sensors, engine start stop, sport, comfort, eco, pro. We'll start the review off in sport, transition to comfort, and just see what the differences are. The gear selector controls the 8-speed ZF transmission. Backup camera, we can take a quick look. Excellent resolution, guidance lines and trajectory, and an over-the-top 360. We have different views as well. You press this parking view button, that's where we're currently at. Assist view shows us our parking sensors with the rear and front end swing. Panorama view gives us a wide view, and we have more, which include a 3D view, which we can adjust with this dial right over here in the corner. You can do a complete 360 of the 2024 BMW X7. It even has the reverse lights on because we're currently in reverse. Anyway, we can click on more one more time. We have a trailer coupling view, shows exactly where a hitch would be, perfect if we're trying to connect it to a receiver. And car wash view, you can line up your front wheels exactly where you would like them. Throwing right back into park. We stay in our backup camera, so you gotta actually press home and go to your previous screen every time you return to park. Electronic parking brake with auto hold, the adjustments for the air suspension. I'll show you guys right here the difference of this vehicle between its lowest and highest mode. It's pretty drastic for a luxury sporty SUV. And the dial with all the shortcuts if you don't want to get fingerprints all over the touchscreen. You get some aluminum for the button for this center console. The space is impressive. You're fitting 6 to 8 12-ounce bottles, maybe even 16-ounce bottles, and a USB-C port in there as well. Very soft material too for the armrest. The glove box is also padded on the outside, aluminum latch for it. Lined in felt, you're fitting 25, maybe 30 license plates in there. Easily fitting 2 pairs of shoes. We have a frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror with 3 garage HomeLink settings on it. Premium feeling headliner, nicely padded. Interior lights are LED. We can open up this panoramic moonroof. The shade opens up relatively quickly. We have 3 tiers of panoramic moonroofs. We'll check out that back tier once we step out into the 3rd row. Once that shade opens up, we can open up the glass. It goes on top of the 2nd panel, but we'll see how far it opens up. Pretty far. See if it goes further. It does. Wow, all the way out to the end of the front row. And I didn't mention, look at these headrests. They're extremely well padded, pretty much separate from the rest of the actual frame. We can poke our way out of here though. Beautiful day today in Tampa, Florida. It's sunny, but 94 degrees. It is a hot one. We can shut this moonroof right back up. Leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you can see how much light is brought into the cabin. Before we hop out back, let's take one last look at this window sticker. Just pause, take a look at everything we get on this 2024 X7 Xdrive 40i. After a couple $1,000 in options and a $1,000 destination charge, we're sitting right under $85,000 and a surprisingly efficient vehicle considering the power numbers. I also didn't mention we have 2-person memory seats for the passenger. Taking a step out to the back seat, we'll see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. It's always locked. I don't know what's wrong with me. I never remember to actually unlock all the doors. You get more of that Sensafin trim up top with contrast stitching. Same thing for the center, and it's gushy soft for the armrest. Auto One touch out rear, all aluminum for the switches and the door handle. More speakers for the premium BMW audio system. It's not a Harman Kardon. You got an option up to get that. Same with the Bowers & Wilkins. For a standard sound system, it sounds surprisingly good. The materials down here are still soft touch, massive storage. You'll fit 2 footlongs in there with no problem. Additional big gulp, but again, it's sideways, so make sure the lid is tightly closed. Another thing I'm noticing, for the back seat, we get electric controls for the recline, drop, lift, and slide, and appears to be adjustable thigh support as well. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So the seats are very comfortable. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall. With these current settings, I have a couple inches of knee room, but plenty of headroom. You can slide the seat back. It's all electric, as we mentioned, and the process is pretty quick. And now I have about 8-9 inches of knee room, so very comfortable. We'll turn this climate on because it is getting really hot back here. The recline function for the seat is also pretty impressive. Check this out. This is the max recline and the max decline. We'll see how far forward it pushes me. Oh yeah, it pushed me pretty far forward. I wouldn't want to sit like this very long. we'll leave it in the recline function. We mentioned the third zone climate control. The air vents not only blow from the center stack or center console, they also blow from the B pillars. We get these brackets. You can hang up a phone or a TV with the USB-C port right next to it. We get map pockets behind both of the front seats, additional storage underneath that third zone climate control, and 2 USB-C ports and a 12-volt down below. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. The center cubby, we can drop it down. It is leather stitch trim with a console, and you'll be able to fit probably 4, maybe 5 iPhones in there. With some cup holders, you'll fit 20, possibly 24-ounce bottles. That's about it though, guys. The light bar into the cabin is impressive thanks to this massive panoramic moonroof. We can check out the interior light, LED to be expected. That's about it though for the second row. Let's check out the third row. So you press this button on the side one time and the front seat automatically adjusts itself to accommodate this second row to comfortably fall, giving us very easy access into this third row. So it's a decently quick process. We don't have any plastic plates for me to put my feet, so hopefully I don't make too much of a mess in this pretty expensive full-size 3-row SUV. But taking a step inside, pretty easy process. We can press this button and the seat should return to its original setting. There we go. So click of a button, the seat starts to come right back. Should hopefully leave us. All right, so back in. And okay, so back in its original seat settings, I don't really have any second row space. We can also adjust it thanks to these buttons. And with these buttons, I can push the seat forward a little bit, and it compromises a little bit of the knee room for the back seat. But after pressing that button, I have at least an inch, maybe 2 of knee room. So for short to medium length trips, I wouldn't have any problem sitting back here. For a full-size SUV, I would expect a little bit more space, but really not much to complain about. The sunshade for the third row is electronically controlled. You got to do it from the front seat, or you can simply press this button in the center and it closes up for you. It's a pretty quick process. You simply press it one more time and it opens right up. That's about it though for the third row seat. If we didn't mention, the materials are actually soft touch up top, Sensifin for the center, and gushy soft Sensifin for the armrest. You could probably fit a 20-ounce water bottle in that cup holder with some piano black and genuine aluminum right up top. Pretty premium third row seat, very premium second row seat, and an insanely premium front row. Press this button to the side one more time and the seat shoots forward and should give us pretty easy access to get out of this third row. Okay. I wish it wasn't automatically adjusted because it would take so much less time if you can actually pull a latch and just do it yourself. But overall, decently spacious third row seat, can't complain. For a full-size SUV, it's a little bit small, but compared to most mid-size SUVs, it is a significant upgrade. Taking a step out towards the cargo space, underneath the BMW button or BMW badge is a button to open up the tailgate. And just like the X5, we have like a pickup truck style tailgate back here. So if you're tailgating at a sporting event, you just simply press this button and the tailgate electrically falls down. I believe it can hold up to 450 pounds. And as you see, the cargo space with the third row's up. Nothing too impressive, but it's decent. Secret storage underneath these floor mats, we'll check it right out, is very impressive. You'll fit at least 2 backpacks. You might fit a small carry-on suitcase in that secret storage compartment. So if you need the third rows up consistently, I would take that cubby off and use it as an additional 2, maybe 3 cubic feet of space. We can drop these third row seats down with a click of a button. And it takes a second, but they close right up. You can also drop the second row seats down with a click of a button. We have this tonneau cover here, so people that are walking by your X7 don't see what you have going on in your trunk. Secret storage back here, we'll see if we have any. Probably just a fuse box. Yep, just a fuse box. What you see is basically what we get. You can drop those second row seats down 40, 40, 20. Not expect you to fit an 85-inch TV back here with no problem. It's not the largest cargo space for a full-size SUV, but it's larger than just about every single mid-size SUV reviewed on this channel. You press this button and the tailgate should fall right back up. Oh, no, that's the air suspension. Interesting. You can press this button and there we go. The tailgate falls right back up. You can press the button up top, the trunk will close right up, and it doesn't give you a second, so make sure you get out of the way quickly if you got grocery bags in your hands, or you're gonna get doof in the head. That's about it though for the inside and outside of this all-new 2024 BMW X7 Xdrive 40i. Practically a base X7, the way most consumers would probably want to spec it as affordably as possible. Performance-wise, let's take this all-new 2024 BMW X7 out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2024 BMW X7 Xdrive 40i. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, though, we're starting up in comfort mode, and the steering is buttery smooth, but it still feels pretty direct on center. BMW's always done such a great job with their steering racks. It used to be a little bit on the heavy side, but nowadays it's definitely not on the heavy side. It just feels all around excellent. We can throw it into sport mode, see what changes up. We can take a step out over here. So in sport mode, the steering gets a little bit heavier, but not much. The throttle gets a lot more sensitive. Nice snarl coming out of this engine too. Sounds awesome for an inline six-cylinder. BMW's also had great engine notes out of their inline six cylinders. The turning radius is nice and sharp, about third throttle again. Wow, guys, it pulls and pulls, like effortless pull. We can take a step out here, merge onto this highway on the gas. Oh, good God. Oh, this thing can get up and go. That's one thing about the B58 inline six. Yeah, 375 horsepower, 398 torque. It sounds impressive, but it really doesn't give this vehicle justice. That power figure has to be closer to like 420, 430 pound-feet of torque, 420-ish horsepower. This is just such a beast. The old B58 ratings with 332 horsepower were even more absurd, but this feels more powerful. We'll try some highway passing power. Oh, it's just so strong. Okay, there we go. We try out these paddles. Snappy downshifts, third gear on the gas. Woo! Pulls up top. That's the B58 for you. Yeah, it starts around 1800 RPM, but up top it continues to pull, which most inline six-cylinder turbos simply just cannot do. Third gear again on the gas. Woo! Absolute powerhouse of an SUV. We don't have to beat it up a whole lot further. Hopefully you get the sense of this vehicle's performance. We can throw it right into comfort mode, see how the luxury is in this SUV. The brakes still feel great. These quad pistons up front. The steering lightens up noticeably. We'll see how the throttle is once we step out here. All right, guys, we should be able to try out a little acceleration in comfort mode, but just light throttle, 2,500 RPM, and it just pulls. Body roll is limited on the gas. Comfort mode, it's still pulling and screaming. Wow, that was a high revving pull. And just cruising along though at highway speeds, practically silent in here. I don't hear any wind noise. The road noise is non-existent. You run over the bumps and it's like they're not even there. The ride quality is also excellent. Guys, this is easily the best performance luxury full-size SUV on the road today. Yes, vehicles like the Navigator, Escalade, even like a Yukon Denali, they have more space with similar luxury, but this is that level of luxury. Escalade, Yukon Denali, those are SUVs that are starting around $95,000, $100,000. This starts at $85,000. No, you're not getting Denali, Escalade, Navigator levels of space, but those vehicles are not giving you X7 levels of performance. Those vehicles drive closer to trucks. This drives closer to a sports car than a truck. This drives closer to a sports car than most midsize SUVs. If you're looking for a luxury performance SUV, you don't want to spend $100,000, 80, 85 is your price point, and you don't want to drive an SUV that feels like you're driving a heavy-duty truck. With the body roll, the loopy steering, the unresponsive brake pedal, and just the overall truckish drive. Yes, you get more space with those vehicles, but this is still an extremely spacious luxury full-size SUV with the performance to back it. So again, you're looking for a luxury performance full-size SUV, I would 100% recommend checking out the BMW X7. And considering the fact that the Escalade, the higher trims, Navigator higher trims, they're $110,000, check out the M60 if you want to get a high performance one. I mean, 0 to 60 in 4 seconds for a full-size 3-row SUV sounds like it should be illegal. Again, if you're looking for a luxury full-size SUV, check out the 2024 BMW X7. And a big thanks to Julian at BMW of Tampa for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below. And if you're looking for a new premium or performance vehicle in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Julian. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.